for the guys that are catching up. So yeah, we'll go into that in a wee sec, talking about doing food prep and also what do you call it? Food ideas. So I'll just share my screen now with you so you can see. Yep, this is us, the team check-in. Here we go. So first of all, I've got shout outs for Lauren, Joyce, and Megan, or Meagles as we refer to her now apparently. So Lauren, Joyce, Megan have all had kind of fairly busy Julys, I would say. I know Joyce, you were on holiday, so I'm giving you a shout out because you have literally came back and hit the ground running, just keen to get stuck straight back in again, which is class to see. A big thing that I've been banging on about lately, you've seen like the Thrive in 30 stuff, is just getting stuck back into a routine when you've been away. So Joyce has absolutely nailed that. Well done, Joyce. I know that you totally had a lovely time on holiday, which was well deserved because you've been absolutely working your socks off and your progress has been amazing. So I'm just so glad you had a nice time to unwind on holiday. And then Lauren, she's got her wedding coming up. So it's been all systems go with that, just to get her ready for the big day. And that's got all its stresses in its own. But the way she's just been able to kind of work hard, you know, doing all the things, she's working and getting organised for the wedding, doing all her kind of gym stuff and all that thing to go with it. So well done on that front, because she's doing absolutely brilliant. And then Megan, similar to Joyce, she's been away on holidays and stuff. Her boyfriend's coming over from Northern Ireland this week. So yeah, she's keen to make sure that although he's over, she still stays on track. And he's a wee gym guy as well, so hopefully that will make things a lot easier for them. But yeah, good on her for kind of trying to stick to your goals. It's hard when you've got things that might seem like they're setting you off track, but that's just life, isn't it? Because we all just know that that's what happens, that nothing's ever going to be perfect. We're always going to have things coming up, social events, nice things to do, and that's what we want. We don't want to feel like we have to put our life on hold to reach goals. We want to make sure that we can get these things whilst we are enjoying ourselves. So well done to those three. Just a wee shout out to them for how well they've been doing. We've also got a welcome to Lauren. I don't think she's not in tonight, is she? No, that's cool. So Lauren has just joined literally Friday, I think. A few of you might know Liz, that was at the competition, well, not the competition, the wee strength day, the meet-up that we had back at the start of the year. So Lauren's Lizzie's daughter, and she's on board now as well. So a big welcome to Lauren. So we've got Lauren, Liz, Lauren, Leslie, any other else that I can think of. That'll keep me bloody concentrating that. So let's start off in the chat box. Share 3 things you're proud of achieving last week. Obviously, I would have saw you all the week before in the group chat. So since then, what have you been away kind of feeling proud about? What do you think went well last week? Stick it in the chat box and we'll go through it, because I know that last week was oh sure, what have we done? Last week was a bit of a test for a lot of us with the hot weather and all the rest of it. I've lost my screen in a minute. I don't know what I've done. Oh, there we go, we're back. So yeah, hit me up with what you think has been going well, what you're proud of, if you're managing to keep on track, anything like that. I don't know how to stop this now. Take me back. There we go. What have we got? Anybody? Boot camp, kept steps up and managed to have a night out. Love it, Angela. That's really good. You did so well your steps last week. I love getting your little notifications through in Training Eyes when you were getting those done. So that was brilliant. You really did well with that goal in boot camp. I saw Wendy today. She said you did brilliant. She said you did amazing. But no wonder you were
the next day.
Oh, dear crows, what?
Well, I thought it wasn't too bad, and then like today, yesterday I tried to like sit up in my bed, and I was like, oh my god, what's wrong? I can't even like lift myself off my bed. What did I do? Instead, I was like, I bet it's that boot camp.
God, it's savage, isn't it? It is one of those ones. Sometimes you do work, you think that wasn't too bad, and see when you pay for it, yeah, it's bloody deceiving. So well done you. And how was your night out? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good, but I have to admit, we went to like a place that had small plates, and by the time on Fitness, when I was trying to log the food, I just gave up after a while. I was just like, I can't fit everything in. I don't. I just like to do some stuff. And then I got to the max, and I thought, well, that's the max anyway. So
quite right. Well, do you know what that's it? See, when you're going out for meals, you can guesstimate, but that's all it's going to be. You don't have a clue what is going into your food, really, do you? Like oils and sauces and all that kind of jazz. You can set a bit aside and do your best. That's all you can do. So that's absolutely fine. Lesley, you've smashed all your workouts all week. Love to see it. And then you've even got a wee bonus one in tonight as well. So you're off to a great start this week. Well done, you. You've been doing well. You as well, actually coming back for your holiday and just getting stuck back into it. You've done amazing on that side of things. So good on you for that. And also because you had a stressful time. So well done. Joyce, you have done all your walking, lots of walking, which is brilliant. Hopefully the heat wasn't too horrendous. It looks like it's a bit cooler this week, maybe.
A lot cooler.
A lot cooler.
I was out in the rain this morning.
Were you? Oh, good on you. It was miserable, wasn't it? It was horrible.
Yeah.
But good on you for getting it done. That's absolutely class. It's probably just like easing us into winter now, isn't it? Because it's just going to get even bloody harder. And then Rona, boot camps and hockey. Oh, how'd your hockey tournament go? Was it good?
It was brilliant. We were rubbish, but yeah, it was so hot. Really hot.
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, Our goalie called off at 12 o'clock. We're like that, come on. So no, it was really good. It was good fun, but bloody hot. Really, yeah.
So on you.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It's good.
A good way to get you back into the season, isn't it?
Just a wee bit. I know, because I was speaking to my mum, because a certain person set me a higher target of steps, and seeing as I've been sitting in my bum all day, I was like that, oh God, I better go out a walk then. So I was like phoning my mum when I was out a walk, and she said, what are you doing out in the rain? I went, well, I've got to get my steps in for today. I said, and then I'll get training tomorrow night. She went, well, I thought that was hockey finished. I went, what, just because we had one tournament? No. I was like,
that's it. One Saturday and done. So Angela, you've got a fellow hockey player there. Angela, you're into your hockey, aren't you?
Oh no, I was excited to hear that.
Good.
Cool.
Big thumbs up when I saw that Ron had been hockey training. I was like, oh.
I know.
Love it. Good on you. So that is everything that is going well this week. Love to see it. So share with me now something you've learned from last week. What was a lesson, maybe something that didn't go quite as well, something that you've gained a wee bit of experience on, something that you would maybe carry forward. It can be anything. Maybe you were caught off guard with food things. Maybe you were, like Angela saying, out for a meal and you just realised, I can't track this perfectly. Was there anything exercise-wise or work-life balance type things? Anything you like, fire it in there. Something that you feel like you've learned from last week that you felt was valuable. I'll share my first one off the bat with the recipe things. And I videoed the chorizo one, and I tell you what, I compiled that the first video, no bother, and trying to make the second one has been a bit of a task. I was at it for 3 hours today trying to finish it, so I ended up just having to step away. So my lesson is, don't get cocky with technology, Fiona, because you're not as good as you think you might be. Right, Rona, you have learned, I thought I was eating healthier than I have been. Right, okay, that is a big reason people start tracking, so don't feel bad about that at all. It's probably, you're still probably eating healthy compared to a lot of people, so don't feel bad about that at all. That's the whole point of tracking. It just helps you kind of have a bit more awareness about what you're eating and things like that. So that is a good lesson. It just makes you more mindful, but it's not something that you're going to have to do forever, so don't let it dishearten you or anything. The building awareness just means that you're going to be able to build some better habits and things, so that's absolutely cool. Joyce, you need to be more organised with food on days your boys have rugby matches.
Yeah,
like every day.
I found it, well,
rugby daft, aren't they?
Well, they're back playing on one plays on a Saturday, the other one plays on a Sunday. I'm organised with their food, so they have what they need, and then I find I've taken them to the rugby and I have nothing in my bag for me.
Yeah. Not ideal.
So then yeah, and then they're cooking burgers and I'm trying to avoid the burgers, and yeah, I don't even have a bottle of water. I mean, I was so rubbish at the weekend. So rubbish.
No. We need to get you a rugby pack lunchbox or something that you can take.
I just spend so much time going, have you got everything? Have you eaten? Have you? And then I'm out the door and I haven't even got a cereal bar. It's like, for God's sake.
Yeah, make you a stash in your car, can you?
I know.
So what days have the boys got rugby?
A Tuesday night, a Thursday night, a Saturday morning for the 15-year-old. He trains on a Saturday morning, but my 17-year-old plays at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. So that's all day Saturday taken care of. And then the 15-year-old plays on a Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So life is just rugby.
Lovely times back smack in the middle of your day.
I know. Well, yeah, I mean, I left the house at 9 on Saturday. I got home about 3:30, 4:45. And on Sunday, I left the house at 11 and I got home at 4:30. And it was just like, all right, I need to just lie down now.
Totally. No wonder. And then probably the last thing you feel like doing is cooking as well.
Yeah, it's generally something quick and easy.
Yeah, totally. Well, maybe a bit of food prep would be your friend on that side of things. If maybe just cooking some meals, like freezing them, defrosting them on the morning or something, then all you need to do is heat it up later on. That could be a handy one. But even like you says, if you're out all day and you're maybe missing lunch, you'll probably be absolutely starving by the time you get back. So we'll have a wee look. Definitely, I'll make a training actually. I might change this week's training and do it on food prep or something, because that's quite a biggie, isn't it? So leave that one with me and I'll get something organised for the food prep guys, because it is such a game changer. It can be a bit of a pain feeling like having to cook things at the start of the week or something, but it just taking like an hour out to make food in batches and then set it aside and you can just grab and go. It can really help. So I'll do a wee training on that one then, and I'll change that. I can't remember what this week's topic actually is, but I'll change it up, or I might do a bonus one actually if I can make the time to do that. I'll do that. What's the next one? Leslie here. Fitting and exercise, even when manic at work, can be done. Yes, love that one. That is so good. For you, the good thing is like you can book in for your classes and stuff, and booking in, like it's not even half the battle, because sometimes people just patch it or just cancel, don't they? But for you, like being able to book that in and turn up, that's absolutely amazing that you're making yourself do that even when work's been mental. Yeah. Oh, can't hear you.
So it's like I have to go.
What did you say? Sorry.
I was just, when I book in, I stick it in my calendar, so it's just like a meeting, so I kind of force myself to have to go. And sometimes getting up at like silly o'clock in the morning feels harsh, and taking the dog out for a walk before the gym, but actually once it's done I feel much better. So
did you feel that's just kind of part of your routine now? You've just kind of like taking the dog for a walk and then coming in? Do you feel like
it's getting there? I don't know how easy it's going to be when it's dark in the morning, but we'll see.
Yeah, so you're walking past the gym with a wee head torch on and you know, strolling on by. Well, good on you. Like this morning was quite dark, by the way. Did anybody notice it was actually quite dark? I was like, oh my God, here we go. Winter's coming. Oh Christ. Even though we just had a heat wave at the weekend, but winter's coming. So nice one, Leslie. That is a really good one. Like it's making the time for it, isn't it? And you can always find the time, even if it is, like you said, feeling like again up at stupid o'clock. But sometimes you just need to get up that wee bit earlier, don't you? And it can be done. Sometimes it's not always.
I could easily find the time, or I could easily find an excuse to say I'll just skip it and go into work. But I know that I feel better if I actually go and do something first.
Yeah, brilliant, good on you. And then Angela, supermarket means lots of steps, takes time to log meals, but getting better. Do you mean like walking around the supermarket?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of I haven't done it for ages, and then I did it, and because some days it's a bit of a struggle to get steps in if I'm driving to work and then at work, but I went round the supermarket and racked up like 1,000 odd steps just trailing around the supermarket. So I was like, oh well,
decent.
Some benefit in the supermarket shop.
Not bad, is it? And then is that you get all the way to one aisle, the other end of the shop, and then you remember you need something for another aisle all the way to the other end of the
Probably, yeah.
shop.
Well, I'm kind of an efficient at supermarket shopping now, I think, because you're so used to getting deliveries. I'm just a bit rubbish at it. But
Oh, really? Oh, there you go, just walking round in circles.
good for steps, though. Good. I know, I think it's just getting aware of steps. I suppose I've not really been a step counter before, so now I'm like, oof, what's the steps for this?
All the steps have been off the dial, you've been smashing it. And then totally the meal thing, like logging up the food and stuff, but you'll find you'll get quicker at that, and the common foods that you regularly have, they'll be logged and saved, and you just need to and even some of the ones, if you have, like, if it was yogurt and berries and honey, that was something you commonly have together, they tend to pop up. Well, you normally have, like, it's a suggestion, isn't it? You'll normally notice that.
Yeah.
And like if there's recipes and things that you make quite a lot, it's worth saving them. And then you can just add them, because when you need to add every ingredient, it is a bit of a pain at times.
I think it's because I tried to do one meal last week and I must have done it about 5 times, and it, like, every time I was trying to put like one serving of a meal for 4, and it just, I don't know what I was doing. It's just being stupid probably, but I must have put it on 5 times and then I had to delete it off every time to get the serving thing, and I was just like, okay, losing the will to live now. So that's probably why you got a text from me just going,
Yep. I'm probably going, I hate this. Well, good on you
But
for
that's-
persevering and getting it.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can add it all in as the 4, as like the 4 servings, and then you just put like a quarter of a serving in?
Yeah, I cracked that in the like eventually, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't being that obvious. I don't know, I just wasn't getting it, and then every time I put it in, it was like, it was giving me the full 4 servings for like my night's dinner, and then I had to keep deleting it off and then going back, and I was just like, oh my god.
Totally, I know that is. It's like it is pulling teeth with it sometimes, but like you've learned for that how to be able to do
I've
the.
learned from that just a bit.
Yeah, there you go. Every day's a skill day. And the good thing is, like I was saying there, for the guys, like, it isn't forever. It is not forever. Don't expect you to be doing all this tracking forever. It is just about the building awareness and things like that, and then we get you off it at some point. So MyFitnessPal, it's temporary, it's not for life. Right, so let's get into a wee bit of the food prep stuff then. Lunch ideas, high protein lunch ideas. I think that was one of your suggestions, Rona, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
do you feel like you're kind of struggling? What's your go-to lunch? Because I know that sometimes, depending on how busy your work is, you're maybe not getting a lunch and things like that, which can be tricky. So what would be your standard if you're rushing about, need to make something quick? What would you go for?
A sandwich. That tends to be a roll and something. Stuart shouted up the stairs because my husband works from home as well today, and I went, I need something with protein in it. What can I have with protein?
And what was the suggestion?
We had eggs. We had toasted eggs today.
Very good.
Toasted boiled eggs. So yeah, I was like, can I make tuna for tomorrow then? I was just like, but, yeah, it's just, when we see, if I just, in my head, I'm constantly just thinking, right, I need to get something quick. What can I get? And I'm sure there's loads of things that can come up with, but my go-to is always either bread, which maybe is not ideal, and meat, or, like a cold meat sandwich or tuna sandwich or something. That tends to be my go-to all the time.
Do you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know that sometimes when people feel like they're doing like these kind of programs or like fitness kicks or having to log things in like MyFitnessPal, you can't have breads, you can't have sandwiches. Sandwiches are class, like they're absolutely fine. See if it fits your calorie goal, if it's got a good bit of protein in it, I'm happy. Maybe if you can have like a wee side of fruit or something, then even better. But there's a reason we all get sandwiches when we're kids at school, because it's convenient and it's there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm not one of these people that demonise bread by any means, as long as it's working with your calorie goal. Sometimes ideally, if you're maybe having a sandwich and you're still starving after, if you're not feeling full because you're in a calorie deficit, then maybe we'd look at having more high volume foods. So that would be things that are going to keep you fuller but are lower in calories. So that's why salads are great. That's why they are so big with people that diet, because you can have a big bowl of leaves that can fill you up. Might make you a bit sad if it's not a very nice salad, let's be real, but it's high volume. It's going to fill you up a little bit, and it's low in calories. Whereas we don't want you having a bowl of leaves, we want you to have something quite nice. I love salads, I think salads are great, as long as I've got other stuff in it than leaves, because that's just depressing. You want to make sure you're getting protein in, you want to make sure it's lots of different ingredients and stuff to make it nice. And if you like leaves, then fair enough, crack on, that's absolutely cool. But there's nothing wrong with bread. The problem would be if you're having a sandwich and you're still starving and you were thinking, oh my God, I'm in this calorie deficit, I'm so hungry, I'm not eating enough high volume foods. But you don't seem to be having that problem. You can have your sandwich or you can have your toast and eggs. You're going to be satiated for longer by having the protein in the eggs, which is really good. You're getting some good carbs that are going to keep you energized. It's going to give you a bit of slow release to keep you working through the day. All we would really look for is some micronutrients from maybe like a wee bit of fruit or something to go on the side, which would be absolutely perfect. And that is a balanced meal right there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having sandwiches, bread, toast, wraps, toasties, paninis, whatever they are. If you get it logged in your MyFitnessPal and it works for your calories, it keeps you full, and it does the job, then I'm happy with that. Like, there's absolutely no problems there. Things like that are great. Again, what I was saying to Joyce about like the food prep side of things is good for lunches. I'm a big fan of leftovers for lunches because I just find it really convenient. Like, if I make things in the slow cooker, or I've been using that big bread pot that you might see in the videos, they are great because I can just make a big batch of it. And if it's a good food for freezing, then happy days I can stick it in the freezer. Especially like Joyce is saying, you're running a bit daft, and like for you guys, if your work schedules are mental and stuff, you might be eating at different times of your families as well. Like tonight, I've got from my work at quarter to 9 there, and Alex will have had his dinner, and I'll probably have something quite light. I might have something. I haven't defrosted anything, which I probably should have. I didn't actually think that far ahead, so practice what you preach, but I've not actually defrosted anything at all. But yeah, I took in a lunch, for example, today, because I knew I wouldn't be probably having a proper dinner, and it meant that I could have my lunch a little bit later. So I had my lunch at like 4:30, so just push that back a little bit. So having stuff prepped, it is really good. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt, especially yesterday because I was a wee bit hungover and I didn't really feel like cooking anything, but I had leftovers from dinner and I thought, well, happy days, that'll do. So things like that are great for your lunch as well. I think that'll be something that I'll do with these wee cook along videos and whatever. And I might just do for like, what month is this? August. For September, we could do like a lunch theme. And every week I'll have different lunch ideas or something that you can prep, that you can bulk cook, or things that you can make quick on the go. If you work from home, I think the big thing has been people think, well, you work from home, you can make yourself a lovely big lunch and take all the time and whatever, but it's not. Like you were saying, when you're chained to your desk and you didn't even have breakfast either, did you? The day just goes by, and
I know,
and you've just not even realised if you've ate anything or drank anything. Sometimes like we end up going the full day and not even I was sitting doing that stupid thing, trying to compile that video on the laptop today, and I was like, I've not drank anything in about 3 hours, but I had 3 empty coffee cups around me, but it wasn't good. So it shows where my priorities are. But it's just about trying to be as organised as possible. But if we've got good ideas, I'll have a look in the recipe packs as well, and see, now we've got like those recipe guides that are on the Google Drive. We'll have a look and see if there's anything that looks quite appealing, because they've got like wraps ideas and things like that. But sometimes it's the protein thing that can trip people up. Do you feel like you have got anything that would be your go-to lunch? Because like Rona says today, like that egg on toast was absolutely spot on, because you were able to just kind of fling that together. Like Angela, what would be like your go-to lunch if you were maybe rushing about?
I'm quite a salad or leftovers person, so yeah. I'm a bit like you. I always have the leftovers. Yeah. But I suppose like one thing I make when I'm away from home is sometimes we'll make a frittata at night time, and then that's quite good for leftovers the next day for lunch because it's got eggs and you can put chicken in it and stuff. But like if you don't mind a cold frittata, I quite like it for lunch. It's
nice. And would you just put that in Tupperware?
Get it in your Tupperware box and then a bit of salad. Job's a good.
Excellent. That sounds good. That's a good one. Liza, what about you? I know you love your soup.
Soup. You know what I'm going to say. I end up having soup all the time.
And again, nothing wrong with soup. Nothing wrong with that.
Usually soup and like a yogurt and some fruit or something. But then I come home, I think my issue is then I come home from work and I'm starving and we don't eat until quite late. So there's that kind of gap between when I get home and when I have dinner where I'm just starving. So I need to kind of bulk up my lunch, I think, a bit, so that I'm not quite so hungry when I get home.
Yeah, totally. Because even I know you like your soup, and again, nothing wrong with that. Like soup's class. But even if you could like bulk that up with a side salad or something, and like getting some protein in it, because that will definitely keep you fuller for longer. If you can like stick some chicken in a salad, or even like a wee packet of ham or something from the shops, would just keep you going. Maybe like that wafer thin ham's quite low in calories. Like on rice cakes or something if you like them, or again even like having a wee soup and Simon roll. 10-minute timer's on. So wee things like that. Would you like a wee salad? Could you take a salad?
Yeah, I do. I've just not been organised enough to. I usually take my lunch in with me, and I've just not been organised enough to stay. I used to kind of make a salad up the night before, not put dressing on it, so that it was still fine in the fridge the next day, but I've just not been organised enough to do that, really.
Cool. Yeah, because you've been absolutely working.
Organisation needs to be my key.
Cool, right, that'll be in 2 weeks' time when we come back on for a check-in. You're going to be the soup and salad queen. You were like, listen, I'm over the soups, dear. It's all about the salads now. I've moved on to you. And then Joyce, what about you? So you are having your crazy days, and maybe you have been able to prep something. What would be like a go-to for you?
Oh no, I'm a bit like Rona. Sandwiches. I quite well sometimes poached eggs, avocado on toast. Beans on toast.
Nice.
I never have soup because I always just never feel full. I like soup, but I eat my soup and then I'm always mooching around for something else.
Yeah, totally.
I think it's because I haven't chewed. I think it's that psychological I haven't been chewing, so I therefore can't possibly have eaten anything.
No, you just had a really big drink with a spoon.
yeah, that's what it feels like. It could be the best soup out, but I just always feel I need something else after soup.
Yeah, totally.
I think I may be setting myself up for the care home.
Sucking it through a straw.
Well, there you go, Joyce. You can get on the soup and salad team with Leslie there. You can get on prepping your salads, and a nice your soup can be your starter to wash it down. But totally like that. See things like beans on toast, that's class as well. Like simple, but lots of fibre, protein in that as well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and it is like simple foods like that might not be cool or trendy for Instagram. And they might not be what like the fitness influencers go on about, but it's a perfect meal, isn't it? Really, it's absolutely ideal. The avocado poached eggs on toast as well. That is very Instagrammable. That's all the rage, isn't it?
And mine doesn't look very bonny though.
No. Mashed up. But quite right. Food's not meant to be bloody beautiful anyway, is it? It's just get it down you. But that's an absolutely fine lunch to have, isn't it? You get your protein, carbs, some good fats and micronutrients for your avocado. Absolutely magic. So it doesn't need to be overcomplicated at all. Sometimes we just get scunnered and run out of ideas, don't we? So I think that's what I'll get on this week is for the training. Look at the food prep ideas, and also I'll source out. I'll have a wee rummage through all the food guides and see if I can pick out any good lunch ideas. You'll probably see on the Google Drive, if I'll fire up the link again in the Facebook group for the Google Drive in case anybody's lost the link or something, because there are loads, to be fair. Some of them are a bit, like we say it all the time, some of the recipes are a bit weird, they're a bit obscure, but there are some good ones in there as well, for like quick and easy food ideas, and it gives you the protein quantity in them as well. So if you're looking for something that's a bit higher in protein, then you can pick the one that would suit you best. But yeah, like I was saying, even if you're working from home, you've not always got, it's not like a luxury to be able to get away from your desk and cook something fancy, and we're not expecting you to. Normal food is absolutely fine. That's what we want. We want you to be able to eat foods that aren't going to make you feel hungry or that you're missing out and that you're having to buy really weird ingredients just because some influencer or fitness person says that you need to. We're all normal people with busy lives and jobs and families and all the rest of it. So we don't want to be adding to that with ridiculous fancy lunches, you know, that you're just going to fire down and then get back to work anyway, or get back to whatever you're doing, get back to the kids and all the rest of it. So I'll get on that. I'll look for some ideas. What we'll do this week as well, I'll say to the other guys that will catch up on this, if you want to share your lunches, that is the challenge for this week. So share your lunches, snap a picture, try it in a Facebook group, and we'll be each other's inspiration. I'll tell you here and now, mine's tomorrow is probably going to be, I meet Mum every Tuesday for lunch, so it'll probably be a toastie from Costa that we share and a coffee. That'll be it. So you can judge me on that one. We have that, I think, every Tuesday, honest to God, without fail. So if I'm seeing the future for me is a ham and cheese toastie from Costa. So we'll do that for this week. We'll share our lunches, snap a picture, the ugly avocados and all. Don't worry about making it fancy because we don't care. We're all just here for the grub. And you can screenshot your MyFitnessPal as well if you want to share the calorie breakdown. That's cool, that's up to you. And we'll try and just get together a wee selection of lunch ideas. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Anyone get anything they want to mention or any other wee questions about anything to bring up? Nah, we're all good. We're all hungry. I'm starving. After that chat about food, I really want beans on toast. I really want beans on toast and a salad and soup. And a sandwich, everything. Nice one, guys. Oh, thank you so much for joining me the check-in. It's lovely seeing you all in it, and it is just really useful being able to get to chat to you all about these things. And like I said, it's good having all your different inputs and stuff. So thanks again for joining me. And I'll get this recording put up in the group as well if there's anything, if you want to watch it back or whatever. And I'll get on looking through those guides tomorrow for you. And if I pick out any good lunch recipes, then I'll stick them in the Facebook group.
Cool.
All right, right, guys, let's have a fabulous week. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll speak to you all soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.